Do you want to invest in mobile home parks but have no idea where to start? Have you tried searching YouTube or other courses online? Maybe you're already a mobile home park investor and you're having trouble finding deals to invest in. If so, let's talk about why now is the best time to invest in MHPs. Mobile home parks represent one of the best investments in real estate. The need for affordable housing continues to grow day by day. In fact, the National Association of Realtors tracks the Housing Affordability Index, which shows that housing affordability is at a 42-year low. Just look at this chart showing the drop in affordability since 2013. Meanwhile, the National Low Income Housing Coalition published a report last year showing that since the beginning of the pandemic, the shortage of affordable homes has increased from 6.8 million to 7.3 million. That means that there are 7.3 million households who need an affordable place to live but can't find one. And guess what? They aren't making any more mobile home parks. Green Street recently reported that virtually no additional supply has come online recently or is forecasted to be developed in the foreseeable future. Why? Developing mobile home parks is difficult to get zoning and entitlements for, and most city officials and residents do not want them built because of the negative reputation typically associated with them. In short, that means that the demand for mobile homes is growing rapidly and the supply is staying exactly the same. This is no longer a secret, and many investors are piling into the mobile home park space. They now understand these supply and demand dynamics. Mobile home parks have long been touted as a recession-proof asset, and this is 100% true. Because mobile homes are one of the most affordable housing options, as an owner of a park, there will always be a demand for your homes, no matter the economic condition. Think about it this way: if you live in a beautiful apartment building rated A+, and you lose your job due to a recession, you may have to leave your apartment and rent a B+ rated apartment instead. If you are already in that B+ rated apartment, you may have to downgrade to a B- rated apartment instead. You see where this is going. The cascading effect of a recession pushes people into more affordable housing options. So you as a park owner may even experience more demand during a recession. Pretty crazy, I know. So now that you understand the immense opportunity that exists in mobile home park investing, let me introduce myself. My name is Mike Pansolini, and this is my mentor and business partner, Ryan Narus. The two of us have very different backgrounds in mobile home parks. Ryan is a private owner of over 80 parks across the United States, and for the last 8 years, Ryan has been acquiring and managing these parks while simultaneously teaching students where to find deals and how to close on them. While Ryan was out acquiring parks for himself and his business partners, I spent the last 5 years working on Wall Street for one of the largest owners of mobile home parks in the world. During my tenure at this institutional firm, I've learned how the Wall Street pros find, evaluate, acquire, manage, and eventually sell their mobile home parks. I started to see that the big guys with deep pockets were starting to gobble up all the mobile home parks across the United States, and I feared that all too quickly, the supply of affordable parks for entrepreneurial investors would start to dry up. While there's still a huge opportunity for individual investors to jump into the mobile home park space, because of the limited supply remaining in the market, and the fact that they aren't building any more mobile home parks, that window is closing fast. The institutional Wall Street players have a lot of money and resources, and invariably they will pick off as many of these high cash flowing assets as possible. Given all of these headwinds, I was interested in how Ryan was succeeding. Ryan was already very skilled as an individual investor. He had a massive pipeline of off-market deals coming to him that didn't even make it to the desk of the big Wall Street guys. In getting to know Ryan, I asked him to teach me how he built his pipeline. Ryan is a giver and taught me everything he knew. Within 1 month of implementing the lessons he taught me, I was getting calls from park owners trying to sell me their parks, completely off market and in some cases with seller financing. It was then that Ryan and I realized that we had an obligation to teach the art of mobile home park investing to individual investors. We didn't want to see another asset class turned over to the Wall Street overlords. We want to keep mobile home parks in the hands of good-hearted individuals, like for instance, my mom. My mom is a small residential landlady who owns and operates a 14-unit apartment building. She's a very kind-hearted person, and she operates with the personal touch of an individual real estate investor. The pride and ownership of each of her properties really shines through. My mom knows all of her tenants by name. She listens to the things they have to say and often improves certain things about her properties to keep her tenants happy. She has a relationship with these people, and she sees them as human beings instead of just rent checks. Ryan also has this type of relationship with the residents of his mobile home park. Ultimately, the two of us want to keep that personal touch in mobile home park investing, so we set out to teach people how to do it right. We noticed some issues with those existing courses and we wrote them all down. Here are the 4 biggest issues with all the other mobile home park courses, mentorships, webinars, and boot camps. First off, they cost way too much. Most programs out there cost more than $2,000. All this information should not be as expensive as it is. That price tag raises the barrier to entry and could be taking away from money that you could be putting towards your first park. Secondly, they don't provide you with the digital tools you'll need to accomplish every aspect of the investment cycle. Theory is not enough when it comes to investing. You need the tools that pros use, and you need to know how to use them and build them yourself so that you fundamentally understand how and why they work. Number 3, they don't give you actual practice exercises to do in the moment so that you can take these tools and put them to use. We can all agree that most people learn best by actually doing. The current courses and webinars aren't giving people hands-on exercises that will then turn that theory into actual skills. Number 4, most courses don't give you any training in financial concepts. This can cause a huge gap in your knowledge and lead you to make a poor investment decision, or could lead you to buy a park that doesn't cash flow. If you want to be a true real estate investment professional, your course should cover some basic financial concepts and maybe even some more complex ones. We set out to solve all these issues with 30-Day Mobile Home Park, a course on mobile home park investing that empowers our students to make decisions with their own tools at a very affordable cost. Here's what you'll learn as you go through the course. First, we'll cover the foundation and fundamentals. Here we'll cover the basics of real estate finance and take you through both personal finance concepts and institutional investing concepts. We'll also deep dive in the mobile home park space and make sure you understand every aspect of their operations and the current state of the market. After you understand the finance concepts and the ins and outs of mobile home parks, we'll jump into finding deals. We'll answer questions like, where can I find deals to invest in both on and off market? Can I invest in deals that are out of state? Once we find the deal we want to pursue, we'll go step by step through the due diligence process. Due diligence is the research phase that will help us figure out if a deal is even going to be profitable. We'll talk about red flags that immediately disqualify a park from our pipeline, and you'll get personal due diligence checklists and spreadsheets to completely streamline the process. You'll find out how the Wall Street pros know for sure whether a deal will be a good one. We'll build a model together that you can use on any deal going forward to know with certainty that you're making a good investment decision. From there, since we are confident this deal will be profitable based on our model and all the due diligence we've done previously, we'll teach you how to close on that deal. What steps do you need to take to make that property yours? How much will it cost? How do I get financing, and what if I have no money to get started? We'll answer all these questions and make sure you aren't blindsided during any step of the closing process. We'll teach you how to protect yourself and back out of a deal if you find something fishy along the way. After you've closed, congratulations, but this is where the real work begins. Now that you own the park, we'll teach you how to manage that community like the pros and do it both ethically and profitably. What are the biggest CapEx items you should focus on? How do you order homes to fill vacant sites? How do you sell these homes to your potential residents? How do you set up rules for your community? What if someone breaks a rule? What happens if you need to evict a resident? Finally, once your park is up and running effectively, we'll teach you how to monitor the park's performance. We'll talk about how to forecast future returns and update those returns for what actually happens through the entire investment lifecycle. Here we'll answer questions like, where am I not performing as well as I should be? And how do I fix those issues? When should I refinance? And finally, when the time comes, how much should I sell for? The thing that sets 30-Day Mobile Home Park apart from its competitors is A, the digital tools that you'll use throughout the program, and B, the real-world implementation of those tools so that you can become a real estate professional while taking the course. By the end of this course, you will have A through Z knowledge of everything mobile home park. You will have done initial research on your first community. You will have built a model to determine if it's profitable. And you will have learned how to close and eventually manage that park like a Wall Street pro. So now you have a choice. You can go back to aimlessly searching YouTube, hoping to find the answers to all the questions you've been searching for, or you can make it easy on yourself and learn it all in one simple, streamlined, fun, and proven place. So if this sounds like the program you've been looking for, click the link below to sign up now.